Hi, welcome to this guided walkthrough of the MyHotelGuide High-Fidelity prototype. Now, this project was developed as my final case study for the UX Design Institute Professional Diploma in UX Design, a course that I enrolled in during the latter half of 2025. The core goal of this project was simple: to design a hotel booking website that was based on rigorous user research and analysis. From the research and analysis stages, which involved user interviews, testing, and analysis in the forms of affinity diagrams and journey maps, we progressed on to initial sketching and wireframes. Through various rounds of iterative testing and design, we land here, on our high-fidelity prototype. The important part is that every single design decision you see here is based on and validated by user insights and feedback. So let's jump in. As we look at the homepage, the overall design might feel familiar, and that's intentional. We aim to respect the mental models users already have for similar booking websites, be that for hotels, flights, or cars. The key wasn't to reinvent the wheel, but to create an optimal experience by resolving pain points discovered during testing, and not changing what has already been established in this space. We start at the top of the page in the Hero section. The very top shows the user the website name, as well as important information such as current currency and site and user account settings. This header is a persistent feature across the site. It serves as a way to remind the user of the website they're on and quickly jump to their account if they have one. The Hero section is highly visual and engaging. Testing showed that users found that sometimes there was a lack of excitement in the booking process, that this might be a really important moment for the user. They might be booking a honeymoon or a holiday, and they want the website to reflect the excitement they feel, which is why we went for a highly visual section, which draws the user in and gives them an evocative and personal statement in the form of "the world is waiting for you." While this section is highly visual, we still make sure to adhere to all accessibility standards, both on this section and throughout the entirety of the website. Let's take a look at the rest of the page. As a high-fidelity prototype intended for stakeholder sign-off, it needs to be complete. It shows that the page supports various content types, from carousels and featured content to text-heavy sections. The prototype also contains all necessary components and interaction layers, leaving little room for interpretation during developer handover. We also use a very simple color palette: a primary color, supporting shades based around that primary color, and two complementary accent colors. We also use compatible colors to present hyperlinks and error messages throughout the website that will be familiar to users of the web, but personal to our brand. Now let's move on to the search. Watch how the fields react. During research, we found that users expected the system to auto-advance after entering linear information. This tiny fix dramatically improves efficiency. We also added the 3 nights display right next to the date inputs. This directly validates the user's mental model by confirming they are choosing check-in and check-out dates and not final nights. A great example of using recognition over recall. During research, users mentioned that they sometimes weren't sure if the dates should include the final checkout date or not. This simple label helps the user understand how the system is interpreting the data they've entered. Finally, once all information is entered, the search button becomes active. As the user clicks it, watch for the animation. This is a subtle yet crucial element. This animation refers back to the lack of excitement that users communicated during testing. We want to make the search call to action an important step and explain how we are working for the user to find their best hotels. This animation communicates that the system is working in a friendly way, instantly rewarding the user's input and building a positive relationship. On the results page, the main focus is given to the hotel listings in a clear list of results. Notice the search criteria is always visible at the top, another key example of recognition over recall. We want the user to be confident that the results are representative of the dates they input on the previous screen. During research, users found large lists of filters overwhelming. Our solution? Filters are hidden but reactive. They are contained in a pop-out window separated by category, ensuring they are an important feature without dominating the screen. The reset function is always clear and only shown when filters are active. Sorting options operate similarly: present, unobtrusive, and clearly interactive. In regards to the results themselves, during testing we found that users look first at the image and the price. Our design reflects this, giving prominence to clear hotel images and making the price highly visible. The listing cards show the main features, reviews, and location of the hotel, the most important information users need at this stage to move on to the next step. The hotel details screen is rich with information, making content hierarchy critical. We lead with an overview of the hotel and location, as users are now past pricing and want to validate their experience. Images and a short description are presented first. Displaying everything would be overwhelming, so we allow the user to expand this information into a pop-up window. The design behind this is key. The hotel page remains visible behind the pop-up, ensuring the user knows they are still on the same page and can easily return. Next are the rooms. We present these as visual cards detailing the room, price, and additional options. We view the room sections less as individual rooms and more as curatable packages, offering flexibility for choices like breakfast or cancellation. As with the hotel info, if the user wishes to view more information about a room package, they can click on the More Info label and view this in a window, again without breaking the sense of place the user might have in the overall context of the site. We also allow the user to book directly from this screen if they wish to, as we felt this screen could offer information that could lead to a booking, so we didn't want the user to have to close this window just to book on the other screen. When looking at the rest of the page, it's important to highlight the navigation bar. To assist navigation, the page uses a stacked sticky bar at the top. The hotel name always remains visible, reinforcing that sense of location. This navigation bar is interactive, highlighting the user's current position on the page and allowing the user to directly jump to sections like accessibility or reviews. The confirmation screen is vital. User research showed that users needed final, clear confirmation of their choice and costs. We split the screen into two sections, with the right side of the screen confirming the user's choice, split into three sections: where you are staying, details of your stay, and how much you are paying. The summary panel on the right stays fixed as the user interacts with the form. Testing showed that before confirming, users always want one final check of the cost, and scrolling back up to find it was a major frustration point. The main form uses familiar conventions with clear highlights and states for active and filled fields. Multi-stage inputs like the phone number also use auto-advance, similar to the search fields at the start of the process. The payment input is protected by hiding the CCV after entry, and we make the payment process the absolute final step before confirmation, building maximum user confidence. On the confirmation button, we include icons to infer security and messaging that clarifies when the user will be charged, addressing another specific pain point of user uncertainty that was raised during research. Clicking Confirm triggers a brief payment processing screen, reinforcing that the action was received, before presenting the final confirmation number. And that's it. I hope it was useful for you to see the thoughts, process, and decisions behind this design. If you'd like to read more about this project or view the prototype, you can find it on my website, link in the description, which is where you can also find my other work and case studies. Thanks for your time. I hope you have a great rest of your day.